Hello everyone, from the aggressively albums hitting the table, you can see that it's BTS time. So over on my Instagram, I've been planning this for a while. For a while, I wanted something BTS related, me reviewing something BTS related. And I thought, maybe I should review the albums. So I did a series of random polls, one for Twice or BTS. You guys chose BTS. Then I did, okay, Map of Soul 7 or B, and you chose B. Even though I think Map to Soul 7 is a better album even before, even not even listening to B at all, I was like, Map to Soul 7 is better. But whatever. And even after listening to the album, Map to Soul 7 is better. Like, it was better. Like, you can fight me. Title tracks, completely different. Like, but let's start off with the first song. Life Goes On. I listen to songs on shuffle, but I was like, I need to listen to this song in the order that they wanted us to listen to. So I went in order. I have my notes written on what I thought. This is like first impressions only. I tried listening back to a few. I didn't like some songs enough to listen back, but some of them I loved. So let's get on to it. Life Goes On. It's not my cup of tea. I only listened to it once before this, and that was because I wanted to watch the music video. I don't even watch the performances because if I don't like the song, why watch a performance of the song? This set the tone for me for the rest of the album, which wasn't a great one, but this also set the tone for me to not listen to the album before this. 6 out of 10. Fly to My Room. I liked it. Gives me gospel vibes for some reason. Like, you know that video of J-Hope singing Mama, and behind him is a freaking gospel church. Okay, it's giving me Come to Jesus, and I like it. If you know me, putting a song in my K-pop playlist knows that I vibe with this song. You know, because I have my K-pop playlist, I put it on shuffle every single day for at least 10 hours. It sounds like 0 O'Clock. I'm pretty sure they probably sampled 0 O'Clock. They stay sampling their own songs because I'm fine freaking sampled Save Me. Which is funny. Like, oh, BTS and BTS should collab more. Or it's like when fans create a mashup between like Boy With Love and Spring Day and Dope and Not Today, and it's gorgeous. 8 out of 10. Blue and Gray, what else do again? This is one of the songs where I could not listen through. I couldn't deal with it a second time. This is a cry song, and I don't need this in my life right now. It's not a bad thing, just a fact. Like, honestly, the lyrics could be super heartfelt and meaningful. I didn't look at the lyrics. I probably should have, but too late now. You know, like, it's probably super meaningful, but it still sounds like a cry song. You know? So, 3 out of 10. 4, Skit, International Fan. I don't know what they're saying, but 10 out of 10. On to the next song. 5, Telepathy. Telepathy. Yes, first 10 seconds, and I loved it. I still love it. I still love it. I listened to the song like 10 times today already. Okay? It hits different. It is different. I love it. I would say that song screams Yoongi. Yoongi's verse and verses in that song is what makes the song for me. That's what made me like it. I was like, oh, Sugar's coming through. Okay, August D boy. That's why he's one of my biases. It's going to be my playlist. It's currently in my playlist. 9 out of 10. Disease. Switched up on me about a minute through. I was like, okay, it's a fine song. Then a minute I was like, nope, don't like it. Won't listen to this again. It's a good song. It's just not for me. 5 out of 10. 7, Stay. It's the most pop-like song in the entire album. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's the most like outlier to me anyway out of the entire album. I don't really care for it. 4 out of 10. I just want to talk on like telepathy. That's how you say that. Telepathy. And Stay are the most pop-like sounding songs in the album. And they're like an outlier, but not. And I like it. I don't think I like it because I don't like Stay, but Telepathy is amazing. But they're the most pop-like songs out of the entire album, and I'm here for it. Dynamite, you already know, 10 out of 10. Like, do I need to explain? Like, what else would I need to explain to say that Dynamite is the greatest? It aged like sour milk because y'all, like, we really did blow it up and get it a Grammy nomination. But like 10 out of 10, like, it got overplayed just how DNA did. You know what I mean? But like 10 out of 10. What else is it to say? Closing thoughts. As listen to the album, I wouldn't listen to the album as a whole again. I would just pick out the like 2 songs that like the 2-3 songs that I like to put in my playlist and won't listen to the actual album again. I will look at besides like it's the overall for me the album is a 7 out of 10. It's fine. Like it's a BTS album. Like y'all are gonna like it no matter what. You know? Like you guys are gonna like it no matter what. But for me, it's one of those songs where like, it's okay. Like the album's like okay. This song is different from the past few releases from BTS. This, like, for the past couple songs, it has a different vibe than the rest of the album that they released the past few years. This album is giving me a bit like, I'm thinking before they got big. This is the vibe that's getting me. I don't know if that's wrong or not, but I'm talking about before 2017. Because 2017 is when BTS blew up. That's when that's when DNA happened. And personally, I think DNA is one of the worst BTS title tracks there is because it got overplayed. Okay, because it got so big. But then I also think that Love Yourself, Her is the weakest sister out of the 3 Love Yourselves. But it's giving me from their early releases is the vibe it's giving me. And I think I kind of like that vibe a bit, but not a whole bunch. Because I also really do like Love Yourself Tear. Like, I actually don't like Love Yourself Tear. Well, that's actually 100% lie. I like Love Yourself Tear, but I also like Map of the Soul 7. Like, both Map of the Souls. You know, and they're all really connected. But out of the 2 era of Map of the Soul and Love Yourself, Map of the Soul did better in my eyes. But with Love is still kind of tainted since I performed it in middle school. You know, I still cringe back thinking on the thought of me performing it in front of a crowd of people, but we won't talk about that. But Map of the Soul 7 was the most normalist comeback for me since once it dropped a few months later in March, we got kicked out of school. No, we didn't get kicked out, but, you know, the pandemic happened. You know, so went on spring break, never went back to school. You know, so that's the most normal release. Everything after that has always been kind of tainted because it's a freaking pandemic. And this applies. I think this thing really only applies to BTS. Because all of the songs sound different because I'm in quarantine. But everything else, it sounded pretty consistent, you know? GOT7 releases sounded the same. Twice's releases sounded the same. You know, I don't, like, NCT's things sound the same. Which is different from most groups. But that's my thoughts on it. Dynamite winning a Grammy. We all know the only reason why they got a Grammy for Dynamite and not Black Swan or On is because it was full English. I already came to terms with it that I doubt they're gonna get a Grammy because it's gonna be in Korean and the Grammys are just racist like that, or like they're against people of color like that. But you know, I came to terms with it, but we got a Grammy. What else do I have to say on this sort of thing? Like, I'll be doing a poll on my Instagram once this come out. If it's gonna be Mouth of Soul 7 or Mouth of Soul Persona. So I'm just doing like B versus Mouth of Soul 7 because those are the last two albums. Whoever lost goes on to the next one. Yada yada. I think Mouth of Soul 7 is better than this, but I think the entire Persona, I think the Mouth of the Soul era is just better. I don't think it's better than Love Yourself era, but it stands its own. Because Love Yourself era, I didn't like Answer a Tear. That's a lie. I keep saying that. I didn't like Answer, and I didn't like Her. I thought I just couldn't like it. But I'll give you a review if we ever get that far. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. Follow me on my Instagram if you guys want to see that, because I post pretty frequently on my Instagram, actually. You get journal content, you know. Here's the finished spread. You guys weren't even paying attention, were you? Look at that.